had, but we're going to talk about our bans first.
All right, so Spacestation going to be the first one to ban an attacker. Let's go ahead and see what they have planned. It's going to be Capital, which is pretty smart. Capital, ever since the latest patch, one of the latest patches, he's become difficult to deal with.
Yeah, and we're going to get into the second ban here on attack. Going to have Nomad. I've seen a lot of bans with Valkyrie on defense. Do you imagine that's something that, would they want to keep it available or just it's too powerful?
I mean, it all depends on what this first ban winds up as. I'm pretty sure you're going to want to get rid of either Echo or Maestro first. But they're taking some time. It's going to be Echo. I mean, like I said, you have two OP. Now, I'm not going to say OP. You have two really difficult to deal with defensive operators. You're going to have to get rid of one of the two.
Yeah,
and Maestro, you can get rid of both of them, man, and that's really the way to go. So no Echo, no Maestro. So there's no gimmicks that can stop you from getting into the site and trying to be the key objective player and put the diffuser down. You know, you're going to be able to go in there without an evil eye looking at you, without two yokai drones being able to stun you. That's going to be ideal.
And for Consulate, is this more of a defensive heavy map, or is this more even for attack, meta-wise?
Meta-wise, I mean, I don't know. I can't comfortably say that.
Okay.
But one thing I will say is that there's been teams that have been great on this map, and Spacestation is definitely one of them. You take it down to the basement, I mean, it's going to be a brawl fest. But you take it up to admin, that's where the real battle starts. Defensively I'm going to say that I think is easier to defend. But, I mean, we have two teams at such a high level. It's going to be a brawl.
And here we go. It's going to be...
Yes.
These two
it's admin.
Going.
Yeah, it's admin. I mean, this is a pretty even sight. I love watching top teams play here because there's so many ways to get in there. There's so many ways to defend it. And it's really not OP on one side, in my opinion.
A fair defensive point to hold.
Right. So thinking that he's going to be running around with the Rook. Let's see. Rampy, he's going to run around with Pulse. It's going to be ideal. He's going to be running around Garage on the first floor to see where the attackers are coming from. Probably trying to get a run out, gather some intel for his teammate. Fultz, the new guy. It's going to be on Doc. You'll love to see it.
Yeah, and we're going to see just how patient Chaos is going to be. If they're going to be more of what we saw from NIP, where they wanted to just kind of run that clock out, do it that way, or if we're going to see some more aggressive play on Chaos.
I mean, we're going to see some aggressive play depending on what phase we're going to be in. You know, you get through the site and you're going to have to make that push in the admin. You can't stall and take your time when you're on attack. So let's see if the Europeans can go ahead and continue their NA dominance and win this game.
I mean, it's easy, right? Easy beating NA.
Yeah, if you're European, But Spacestation, I mean, they have a lot to prove. I mean, they have a big fan base. A lot of people know that their potential is through the roof, it's sky high. But the question is, it's all about execution. You can't tie here on land.
Right.
And they're known to be the team that always ties things up.
Lots of ties.
Lots of ties. So let's see if they go ahead and close things up on here.
Yeah, and I would love to be able to see this team feel more of that pressure to not have those ties, to maybe take a chance, and it could go wrong, but show your skill. Show that when you make it's not a 50-50 for you. It's more of a 70-30 for you. For lesser teams, it might be a 50-50, but for you, you're going to succeed when you make those pushes, and other teams may not.
Yeah, secretly throwing in a frag grenade in Red Groove. He's going to go ahead and get the first blood, taking out my man Thinking A.
Wow.
So opening things up for Chaos. That's the best way to go. But Rampy, he's going to get the refrag. Ida Line is going to be taken out as well with a headshot.
Yeah, we talked about Red Groove earlier, is that as this team with Chaos does well, if he does well, usually Chaos does well on top of it. He can kind of lead his team. He doesn't have to be the fragger that takes out everybody, but from what I've seen is as the team does well, usually Red Groove is also he's in his groove.
Oh, yeah. But all players can pop off at any time.
True. We're going to hit a minute now. Still 4v4.
A lot of time left on the clock, but still you're going to have to get in position to go ahead and attack this site. Spacestation Gaming, you still have Rampy alive, so you're going to have to be cognizant. You don't have an IQ to hunt him down, so he's going to have the intel before you do. He's going to know one step ahead where you are. And Shala is going to take Red Group off that window as Bosco goes down as well.
We still have Crips sitting at about 25% health. I mean, he's going to have to be a little bit careful, but they can't be too careful. There's 30 seconds left in the round. They've got to make that push.
Oh, IQ came into play. Crips He's going to go ahead, get a kill, and secretly gets one as well. That's going to be it. The Europeans, Chaos. They're going to go ahead and win round 1.
That looked a little too easy, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, everything went right for them, even with the 25% health, still came back. That was nice.
It's taking your time and playing your role. I mean, IQ did what she had to do. Everybody else got their picks early, and it worked out big time. Rampy getting hunted down by Chris. That's exactly what he had to do, and it came in big.
And we talked about Chaos being a streaky team. If they can get on one of these nice winning streaks, they could just go ahead and bury Space Station early. We've seen it happen before where Chaos can jump out, the Swedes jump out and just put the other team to bed.
So you see Rampy with a quick switch. He's going to switch away from Valkyrie to Castle, knowing that Chaos is going to have an IQ player. She's going to be able to point out those cameras. So, hey, if you're going to get countered, go ahead and pick another class. It's going to help you out big time. So we're going to go right back to the top floor. Let's see what Space Station Gaming are all about here on defense. Like was pretty confident when he said, hey, we want to start off on defense. Yeah. And they're currently down 0-1. It's still earlier on in the game. But Chaos, to see if they can effectively utilize their strategy to come in and just dismantle Space Station once again.
Yeah, and I was going to mention that they actually chose to be on defense. They chose to do this, and if they go down 2-0 after choosing to be on defense first, everybody's going to start questioning, like, wait, maybe we should have went on offense. Maybe our defensive plan wasn't that great.
Yeah. See the Castle Barricade locking up that B site. Really want to see what Space Station has with their hands. And what Pulse is doing right now, he's making sure he's hitting the Castle Barricades. There's a certain amount of hits to knock it down, but if you go up to the barricade and you hit it expecting you have to hit it the full amount of times, then it explodes. You can pop out and get an easy kill.
I was wondering, thank you for the education.
So you pretty much catch him off guard. It's basic stuff. Trust me, I was the new guy before him.
Yeah.
I got schooled.
So. I was wondering, what is he doing over there?
Yeah. Pretty great strategy when you utilize Castle that way. But having Zofia, you know, utilize her ability to go ahead and knock that out. But with the ADS in play, you see Chaos looking for early picks. There's a player in bathroom that's holding down yellow, so Chaos is going to have to maneuver around that carefully.
I was going to say, I think he saw somebody for like a quick second but didn't have a good angle on him.
Yeah, but the guy in bathroom, they definitely know he's there, so they're going to be cognizant of that push.
2 minutes in the round. Oh, and now it's going to be a 4v5. That's the kind of stuff that we're first get a little momentum, feel a little bit better about yourself. But again, they lost like 3 guys in a row quickly last round. Yeah. So just being up 1 isn't enough. No, because the ties can turn quite easily here in Rainbow Six Siege. Bashala getting a beautiful kill with Kaid. It's pretty quiet right now, 1 minute and 40 seconds left. Bosco has all of his utility ready with the gas canisters. And they still that can hold back about 45 seconds, which is going to be ideal for this team. Right, especially when you're getting into that minute 25. What is going through the head right now if you're Chaos? We're just going to try to make sure that we set this up correctly. Don't make a mistake because it's 4v5. They're playing it slow. Crips is currently looking for roamers coming in from down bottom. You see him playing it extremely slow. You see the X-rays, you know players are on that first level, but he's going to find a way to get in a sight, stealthy as possible, and try to get a pick or two. But Fultz, he's going to go down immediately, even in the odds, 4v4. Yeah, and Fultz not really doing too much right now. And he was somebody that we really focused on as someone who could turn the tides right now, and I haven't seen any of it. Well, to be fair, it's still quite early. Sure. So you still have a long way to go. And I'm really confident in this Fultz pickup. Space Station Gaming, they picked him up for a definite reason. So, Bosco holding down sight, SMG 11 in hand. Gas players surrounding him currently. And we're getting to game time. It's going to be about 30 seconds left. So he's used up all of his gas canisters. So with 30 seconds left on the clock, he's going to have to utilize his gun skill. Knowing that there's somebody outside the window. And straight to his left, running in with the shotgun. Able to get a double kill. Bosco taking out Crips. And Red Groove. Sweet. With a player outside the window, he knows this. Got him. Going to jump in. Bosco's going to get to 3K. Space Station, they're going to go ahead and tie things up 1-1. That was nice. And you said it. It was, don't jump to conclusions right away. There's so much game left to play. And Space Station showed why they wanted to be on defense. That was just as dominant as the first game was for Chaos. Yeah. Now I don't even know what to think going into Game 3. Well, Space Station, they did pretty well holding down yellow stairs. You saw the control they had in bathroom. They were making sure they were denying any type of entry coming from Chaos. Now, with Chaos realizing that, they tried to come from the other side of the map, especially on Visa stairs, and Bosco was just waiting for him with a shotgun.
Bosco probably didn't know that there was somebody coming up the stairs, but the gunfire, it gave away everything. Bosco confidently ran around, got the double kill, and then turned around to the window and knew that the last guy was going to be right there for the easy pickup.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I like seeing Space Station Gaming, their plans coming together.
Yeah.
Using that information correctly, not missing shots, doing what they have to do to get this tied up back to 1-1.
So we're going to send this down to Garage, one of my favorite sites. Space Station, they were able to slow down the game against Chaos. Chaos had to readjust, didn't work out for them. Let's see if Chaos can go ahead and counter that once more.
And the question I have is, how is this defense going to be different than last time?
I mean, it's an entirely different area. You have a mirror in play guarding Garage. Bosco's going to utilize the smoke. Shala's going to be extremely important, along with Rampy utilizing Mutant Bandit. They're going to stop breaches coming in from Garage. If you can hold that down or waste enough time as possible, you're going to burn a lot of time off the clock. So, Crips utilizing Dokkaebi. Try to wait and see if he's going to be able to catch people off guard, get a quick kill, and utilize those cameras to his team's advantage.
And here we go. It's still anybody's game. It's only 1-1. Remember, this is a best of one. Whoever loses is going to end up in that 0-1 bracket, where if you end up going 0-3, you're going to be out of the tournament.
Right, so see Zofia play coming through main lobby, and pretty much, I'm pretty sure Chaos knows the typical setup here in Garage. They're utilizing those drones to just make sure Deacon A is able to take out secretly, and Shala's going to go down. It's going to be big.
Looks.
I wonder if Chaos actually has piano. I would doubt it, but that's going to be big if they want to try to make things easier to get into Garage. As you see, Thermite, he's testing the bandit trick right now.
Yeah, and you talked about this. This is that back and forth, seeing if you can get it done on this trip.
Yeah, pretty much a chess match.
Secretly down for Chaos. Space Station still has everybody up. But again, we're getting closer to that 1 minute 30. We're going to be able to flesh out what the strategies are going to be, where these pushes possibly could come from.
So Rampy's in a very important position. He's going to make sure that Piano is going to be safe. He's going to make sure nobody comes in with Zofia or anybody else to try to shoot those charges and get in the Garage. You can hear the Thermite charge going through. Garage is now exposed. This is going to be up to Chaos. You have 1 minute and 30 seconds left. That's more than enough time.
Yeah, and how long Chala's sitting on that 25%, not being able to get that trade could end up costing Chaos this round.
You know, the TTK is pretty low in Rainbow Six Siege, so you can survive with that, 10, 25% health as long as, you hit your shots. And that's pretty much the name of the game. But Dokkaebi, she's going to go ahead and use her logic bombs to try to sniff out where everybody is. You can hear the sound cues, the cell phone's buzzing. Oh. And Rampy and Finkenade picking up 2 straight kills for Space Station. Chaos in the 2v5.
And Space Station is looking mighty dominant again, looking like this is why they chose to be on defense. Maybe their first round was just a little bit of hiccup. We're going to sit on this 2v5 with 45 seconds left.
Right, Rampy's able to pick one up with a shotgun. Fultz gets the final kill with Mirror. Space Station going to go ahead and win round 3.
And look at those faces. Those are faces of confident men right there. They felt that plan came together well, ended up with all 5, I believe, right?
So, yeah. So, the one thing that was actually a shock, it's definitely a question that Chaos didn't put a lot of bodies over their piano to try to shoot down, because we saw a lot of that bandit trick play. And also, we want to make sure that you have that verticality play when you're there. When you're in piano, you're able to shoot down, pick up kills and whatnot. And people in Garage, they're going to be running around trying not to die. It makes things easier for the hard breacher and everyone else that's standing at the entrance of Garage. We didn't see that at all. I want to see Chaos be more dynamic when it comes to their strategies. Yeah. Big time. I know that they can do it. They just have to. But going down the lobby and press room, let's see if Space Station's going to be able to hold them off once again.
And we expected that Chaos would be, as on the attack, would be dynamic, would be able to make changes right away. And this is where they have to do that. They've lost the last 2. Both of them have been pretty dominant victories for Space Station. Going down 3-1, I mean, then you really just have to play your survival mode at that point.
Yeah, because Space Station, if they catch heat, it's going to be looking slow for the Euros. But Rampy, once again, is going to be utilizing Pulse, making sure that he's going to be king when it comes to intel. But not only that, Shala is going to have Valkyrie, so you're going to have cameras everywhere to be able to call out where players are coming from. It's going to be big. Even when you're out the game, you still man those cameras.
All the information they're going to need to be able to take Space Station on this defensive point.
But check this out. With Dakabi in play, if you're able to go ahead and hack the cameras, it's going to be a plus to your team if you're on Chaos. So the counters are in play. It's all about execution once more.
And we're going to see more patient play, I think. Both of these teams feel that little bit of pressure. It is the first round of a LAN. They want to make sure that they just don't make big mistakes on the big stage.
So moving in towards the top floor, we saw, I would say it's an innate drone, but that was coming from the Europeans. They're trying to drone out the top. When you go into a site like this, you want to search not only the bottom, but also the top floor. Make sure roamers aren't going to be there to flank you and stop your attack. Once you do that, you have the site in hand. You get the breaches open up. That's pretty much it. Then you go into the site. It's a slate fest until either get the plant or out-frag the entire opposition. So Chaos, they're taking it slow, playing the game by the book right now.
And this should work out well for them, right? This is something that when we talked about this in our previous matches, you can do all kinds of rehearsal, you can do all kinds of practice when when you have 5 up.
Yeah.
And know what you're supposed to be doing. It's much harder when you have those 3v5, 4v5. This is not the same. So this, even though we're getting towards that 135, this could definitely favor Chaos because they've got everybody up. They're getting all the intel and can make, I don't want to say a perfect push because no push is perfect, but they can make the most educated push they can.
Now you have IQ in play. She's sitting here shooting out cameras. Rampy's going to have to be cognizant of that, and he's also going to have to be careful because if not, he's going to get hunted down and taken out easily. So, see how Crips utilizes IQ. But there's a lot of intel ops when you take a look at the defense. You have Pulse, you have Valkyrie, but you also have Legion. We heard a mine go off about, I would say, 30 seconds ago. That lets you know that a player is coming in towards the room, a site, stairs, or whatnot. You have the audible cue, and plus, if you're actually the Legion player, you have the icons on your screen to help you out.
We're going to hit 1 minute now. Everybody's alive still. Everything's available.
Yeah, this site, you have to take it slow. You can't just rush in unless you're a madman.
Well, we thought Chaos might be a little mad.
Reynolds wants to stun himself.
Oh.
Okay. So you stun yourself, you get C4, Bosco gets the kill on your teammate. But Radical, he's going to get a refrag.
Wow.
But Space Station, they're slaying out. Bosco getting the last kill on Secretly. The Space Station, they're on the roll right now.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Just when you said you have to take it slow, I looked at the screen and everybody died.
The man stunned himself, and then after that, you know, that was all she wrote.
And it is 3-1 for Space Station. A 2-round lead. Obviously, that's not dominant. We only have 2 more rounds on defense for Space Station, but they have put 3 very good rounds in a row, showing everything on defense.
Yeah.
If they can make this 5-1, I mean, this could be it.
And the one thing to keep in mind is that Space Station, they're choosing different sites and utilizing a ton of different strategies. They're not giving Chaos a chance to sit down and say, okay, they're going to the side again. This is how we break it down. We're going to have a second chance at this. It's like, no. Okay, we just had that round. We're going to throw an entirely different look at you. We're going to keep you on your toes. We're going to keep you guessing. So you're going to have to give a shout out to not only IGL and the players all around them, but also Lycan, you know, the brains of the team.
And we thought that it was going to be Chaos that was going to be able to bring all of these different strats and things like that from Secretly. But right now, it looks like Space Station is the one that's being very dynamic on defense, and it shows with a 3-1 score.
Yeah. So, prep phase, yeah, Bosco putting down some mute jammers, making sure drones don't get in there. And it's pretty much basic setup. I'm really expecting Chaos to pick things up. I didn't expect this match to be this one-sided earlier on, but still it's early in the game. You know, you can come back from 1-3 deficit in no time.
Well, and it's not that Chaos is missing shots. It's not that they're making really big mistakes. It just seems that whatever plan that they had for Space Station just isn't working right now.
I mean, 2 rounds ago, they were outstratted. Last round, we saw Ren with, you know, the mishap, standing himself and his teammate. And it's just, it's more of blunders on the side of Chaos in the last round than anything else. So they're going to have to work on those mental mistakes and come back even stronger.
And they can do that, though.
But you have to have short-term memory. You can't be stuck on the last round as well.
Right, you can't get put on tilt. And we know in Vegas, tilt is one of the big things out here. You lose your whole bankroll.
Pretty much.
And for the teams out here, losing a shot at the major in Raleigh by going 0-3. Oh, no.
Right, so we have Gunfire coming in. Bosco is well aware of it, utilizing Mew. He's going to make sure that he's going to be able to hold back the attackers long enough. We're coming down to the 2-minute mark. Chaos. Let's see if they can show us what they're made of.
Yeah, and you said it before. They don't want to make another mistake. They don't want to have another blunder where in a game of inches, in a game of centimeters, they're losing that battle. They've got to get it cleaned up if they're going to have any chance, because 3-1 is bad enough.
Yeah.
4-1, and then possibly maybe 5-1, and then having to go on defense, it's a tall order.
I really love the confidence of Space Station as well. Still picking posts. Still picking Valkyrie, even though IQ's in play. But Reynolds, he's going to go ahead and take out Thinking Ace. So first blood, it's going to go in the hands of Chaos.
Well, that's what they're looking for, to be able to have a little bit of momentum, and now it's 4-4.
Yeah, it's going to be big. So the Buck player is going to be taken out, as well as Zofia. So Vitaline able to take out Bosco, but the rebound's going to come along. So Chaos is going to have the upper hand right now. But once again, we've seen this situation before. 4v3, the other team still has a chance to come back.
Right.
But we still have a lot of time left on the clock.
1 minute still left on the defense for Space Station. 3-1 and waiting. Oh!
Yeah, Rampy's going to even odds. Rampy's just a man, so the diffuser's been marked. It's going to make things easier for Space Station now. So depending on where players from Chaos are, I want to see their way of attack to get into the site and get the diffuser. Because Rampy's going to hold this down for a while now. You have 35 seconds left.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if Ren is going to be able to get another frag, or if he's going to fall before he gets to make any kind of change.
But you saw the hatch play. This is why getting rid of roamers is going to be so important. You don't want people above you shooting down. Red Group's going to get a kill, but Shala, he's going to one-up him, taking out Crips. It's going to be a 2v2.
Yeah,
you have Mira and Valkyrie. IQ's out of play.
Well, we're looking at Space Station. They've got 2 fully healthy operators. Unfortunately for Chaos, they've got only 1 now. 3 seconds left. Not going to be able to do it this time.
Yeah, he stab padded, got the pizza kill on Shala. The Space Station once more. They're going to be up 4 rounds now. That's comfortable. That's comfortable.
That is more than comfortable. That is getting, the other side, cool as the other side of the pillow comfortable.
NA is going to win something today.
I guess maybe beating NA isn't as easy.
But you know what, though?
Thought it was.
It's the not 4 straight, 3 straight, excuse me. It's the dominance and confidence coming from Space Station, especially when you ban out operators such as Echo and Maestro. Being able to successfully hold down a site as dominant as they have. I mean, that speaks a lot about their planning and preparation for this tournament. It's looking like Folks has been a great pickup so far, but once more, they still have to go on attack and try to hold up that same type of heat.
And what I want to see right now, when you're up 4-1, being 4-2 isn't that dominant. Being up 5-1,
that's the difference.
Is putting your foot on the neck of your opponent.
You have to think about the psyche coming from Chaos.
Right. To lose 5 straight, they've already lost 4 straight.
But then, once again, we're talking about one of the teams in NA along with Reciprocity. No, RIP, they're not here. I really wish they were. They're one of the few teams in NA, Reciprocity, DZ, that's just been getting better and better as time has gone through. So, I mean, seeing them play on this type of level against Chaos,
They're not
go against it, you don't expect an outright win.
Right.
That says a lot.
Yeah, that's and I don't want to take anything away from Chaos. It's not. There's obviously they had a couple of blunders, but we're not talking about just like horrible strategy here. Space Station is delivering the goods.
Yeah. And their roam play has definitely been vital in regards to the strategy. Rampy roaming around with Pulse. You have Thinking A doing the exact same. I mean, they've been really holding it down for this roster.
And in the last round, Space Station did lose someone early. And they had a 5v4.
I believe it was Thinking Nate, maybe?
Yeah, it was Thinking Nate. And it was 5v4 then. They turned it back around, didn't stress, didn't feel that pressure, didn't make any crazy plays, and ended up winning that round convincingly.
All right. Charge coming out, so the Castle Barricade is going to mean absolutely nothing right now. But Shala is going to be able to utilize the ACOG on this TCSG 12. He's going to be able to get a headshot on somebody coming through the window. It's going to be absolutely big. Not able to get rid of Jones. He's going to go ahead and retreat. We saw the Skyline taking over on top of Yellow. So Chaos, they're playing it right. They're surrounding every window, on top of everything, making sure top Yellow is going to be occupied by Space Station.
They've just got to be able to make, I don't know if it's better attacks, but they've got to get a frag early. they've got to get that first blood, and then maybe a second. But right now,
it's going to come soon. Coming into the side, it takes time to get in here. But the player we were just on, I saw him right by a roamer, so I wonder how that interaction is going to go down. If the roamer wins that fight, then that's going to be really big for Space Station.
well, and the mentality for Chaos, too, is you don't want to tilt off. You don't want to be worried about what's happening, but you can't help but know that you're down 4-1, and that if you lose this map, you probably lose the entire match. So it's going to be slow and prodding right now because it all has to go right for them from here on out.
Yeah, coming into the side is pretty difficult, too. I mean, you have so many corridors and rooms to watch. You know, bathroom, yellow. You got to look at admin. It's really hard to come into if you're on the attacking team. That's why you're not always supposed to expect the kill coming in early. The kill's going to come in during the phase where everybody's trying to get into the site. And the diffuser's currently
Here we go.
planted. I wonder at which site this is at. I actually didn't see this coming.
Well, that's going to definitely change the getting Rampy down.
Yeah, secretly coming in with the pre-fire rebut.
Bosco.
Rampy. Bosco, get folks out of here. Chaos on the Terapathicanate. He's going to stop that. So Flashbang comes in. Chris picks up one. He's going to pick up two. Chaos winning their second round. That is exactly what they needed.
That was, it's exactly as, I wish there was a stronger word than exactly, but they had to have it right there. Being 4-2 is so much different. We said it right before it happened than being 5-1. They were patient and got it done.
It was pretty interesting. Secretly was when he pre-fired with Buck. I didn't expect Rampy to peek out there, but Rampy tried him and he paid for it. So shout out to Secretly making a huge play right there, taking out Rampy.
Is that a little bit of overconfidence on Rampy's part?
No, I mean he felt confident that he could win the fight, and when you're a player on Rampy's level, I mean you're going to challenge that. You're going to challenge that because you know good players do good things and they turn nothing into something. But Rampy wasn't lucky on that round. So now we're going to go ahead and flip sides. Space Station, they're going to be on attack. Meanwhile, Chaos are going to be on defense, but Jackal has been brought out. But let's see how Fulch really utilizes Jackal, because Jackal's a really important player when it comes to playing on attack.
Space Station has to feel, though, that defense that they held up, coming out of that 4-2, the way that they did, it's more than a victory. They would now all they've got to do, even it up, 3-3, and it's a wrap.
All right. So Chris, he's definitely going to go ahead and start roaming. Stokes was laughing at me yesterday because I called this place an antechamber. Because that's literally the name of it. But
I guess people don't call it the antechamber.
He looked at me, he was like, Belly, you're so new. But I love Stokes, man. We're coming into this round. Let's see if Chaos go ahead and try to flip the table on this one. We saw him on attack. It didn't work out in their favor. Coming in on defense, this might be their cup of tea.
Space Station, when we talked about them, we talked about being able to be aggressive, having that frag potential across the board. This is supposed to be their cup of tea. This is supposed to be exactly what Space Station Gaming was put together for, was on offense, take it to them, and finish them off.
I actually wonder if this is Fulch's first LAN.
It could be.
If so, he hasn't really stood out, but he's been playing pretty well in the roles that he's been in.
And sometimes when you're new to a team, it's not always about showing out. Sometimes it's about just not making a lot of mistakes. And when you have those butterflies in the beginning, you're just like, just let me get through this.
Yeah.
And if I can get through this and get my wits back together with me, then I can start playing to my potential.
But to come back to what I was saying, with folks choosing Jackal, this is an operator, and he's going to be in a position where he's going to be in big play potential, territory. So we're really going to see what he's made of against another pro league team. We all seen him play with Accelerate and the qualifier, and we've seen him before, but I really want to see him stand out and make a name for himself.
Yeah, and I'm definitely interested to see this first push, this first team fight for Space Station.
Yeah. So moving slowly.
And that's okay. We've seen, deliberate, patient play pay off. And I think this is going to be part of the strategy. It's just like, listen, we're just going to be that slow and methodical. We're going to wean this clock out.
Well, they're getting rid of roamers. You see Fultz, so now he has the roamer, he's on notice right now. I'm not sure if it was Crips or Secretly, but they know where he is now. Now it's up to them to really move in slowly. They're working for piano control, and Reynolds is going to go ahead and get rid of Rampy immediately, but the refrag is going to come through.
And that's fine. You know, Fultz, like you said, you were just talking about him. As soon as you said that, comes up with a nice frag.
But the piano control is definitely going to be in hand. Now, coming in the garage, it's going to be so much easier utilizing the ITAs to be able to shoot down through the floor, be able to shoot those bandit charges. And Shala, he's going to shoot down and get rid of secretly. So we're looking at a 4v3 in favor of Space Station.
And Shala's going to live through that.
Reloading!
So Space Station are going to move in slowly and try to get the plane if they can.
We're going to be hitting that 15-second mark now.
But they're very aware that there's players right behind these trucks. But moving in, shooting the camera now. Bosco's going to go ahead and go for the plant with the IQ. The smokes are going to come in play. 6 seconds left on the game clock, but it's not even going to matter because the frags are going to come out thinking they're getting a final kill. Space Station going up one more round.
Space Station is just playing gross right now.
I mean, confidently right now, they look like the team that's supposed to win this.
Yes, and they looked like the favorite that everybody at home thought they were. 5-2, trying to not make this a game.
Yeah.
One round at a time, boys.
So let's see what's going to go ahead and happen this round. If Space Station goes ahead and wins this, they're going to be on match point.
If you're Chaos and you're down 5-2, you just lost on the attack, or excuse me, you just lost on the defense. What are you thinking right now? What can you do differently?
I'm gonna say this every time. You can win.
You can just win. Don't worry about the minute strategy.
It's, well, the roaming play wasn't strong for them last round. They can go ahead and bring that back, secretly utilizing post. I would really love to see that, but they're taking their time. They're doing everything textbook to where they're finding different ways to get into the site. But at the end of the day, it's just all about the picks and kills. I mean, what more can you do? They're not getting countered or anything. It's just outright fragging, and Space Station is on top of that. They're able to single out players utilizing Jackal and get the wins quite easily. On defense, they look pretty sloppy when Chaos was on attack, but hopefully they could solidify a win or two to tie things up, or 3 to even the odds against Space Station.
Yeah, 5-2. Now we're talking about pushing that advantage to the point where it starts to stress somebody.
Yeah.
It's getting very close to game point, and on the attack, this is like I was saying before, this is why when Space Station made these changes, it's to be a force.
They made these changes so they could beat these European teams, so somebody got to do it, man.
Right.
And Chaos is first on their list. So the droning face coming through. Bosco doing what he has to do, utilizing IQ, shooting out cameras. Looking to see where Pulse is. He's going to be the man that's supposed to hunt down Pulse. All right, Vitaline. Looking through cameras, seeing where the attack is coming from. Still 2 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock.
And I like that Fultz and Rampy aren't trying to just do too much. They're not trying to just force things just to force them. It looks very concerted team effort. It looks like they've been putting in the time. And it's not like a solo pub game where everybody wants to be a hero.
Oh, Rampy can definitely run in and get frags, but he's a very careful player, actually. So find a lot of players that are really aggressive in the A, especially when they're top fraggers for their teams. But you love to see him in clutch situations and whatnot. He's really good at that. He's very aware of his map awareness and his surroundings. So that makes him such a great player for Space Station. Getting everybody to be good together, being on the same page, that's been their biggest issue, consistency. And the fact that they've shown consistency so far this event, I mean, it's letting us know that they're still getting better.
Yeah, and I like it when you can see, you know that guys like Rampy have the potential to just go off, but they're just staying within the game plan. They're doing their job.
I mean, everybody has their moments. And the 1v1 bottom line, even his rook, he's having to go ahead and challenge that. But peeking to his left, he's going to get a quick flick on Fultz. I didn't even see his head right there. But Fultz gets taken out the game, so taking out Jackal, you're getting rid of 2 smokes immediately.
Secretly is going to fall, though. It's going to be evened up 4-4.
I would say it's still a huge win for Chaos that Fultz was taken out. Because if you want to go into the side and make a plant, having smoke grenades gives you enough cover to make sure you go ahead and do that.
Now we've got a 4v3. And it's right then, another trade. Oh my. Oh my.
Yeah, 2v1. Chaos racking the wins right now.
What happened there?
Kills. and wins for Chaos. I mean, this is a pretty hard site to play whether you're on attack or defense.
Yeah.
Chaos seems to just be on another level, especially with Vitaline getting that headshot on bolts. Open things up with that kill was to me just the biggest thing, because if you take away the smoke cover that he would have provided you with, you would have been able to get in the site easily and try to make some type of advance. But if he dies and you don't have control of top floor or anything else, then you're pretty much going to run into a death trap.
Well, I was going to say, it seemed a little bit interesting to me that when they lose Fultz, now they just stop being patient, right? Like, all of a sudden now everybody, when the game plan, when they get hit in the throat,
yeah,
you know, now it's like, oh, wait, we're going to do something different.
That's why you're going to have, you know, plan A and plan B, because,
right,
you know, if the guy that utilizes smoke is taken out and you can't use his utility, you're going to have to go to the next trap.
Right. And at that point, they just decided to just kind of push, and that didn't work. Not that time. It's still 5-3, still a very, very big advantage for Space Station Gaming. All they need to do is pick up 2 more rounds.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. I expect Space Station to win at this point, but if Chaos happens to rack up 2, I have a feeling that Space Station won't be able to close this out.
Well, that's crazy. If you're saying that if they can win 2, that they'll win 4.
I mean, you got to think about the mental game of everything. Right. I mean, this is a team that's played with a lot of ties. And if you start to bring the heat coming from behind, you got to think about the momentum that's coming behind them. When you have that type of momentum and you're on the other end and you're losing like that, you know, if you're going to doubt yourself, things going to be a little bit harder. Every loss hurts even more as you go down the line.
Breaking their confidence is going to be super important, because when you have a team like Space Station that was pretty much on a roll that looked just unstoppable, and then basically to put the brakes on that, and to put the brakes on it the way that they did, makes them start questioning, right? They're still up 5-3, so they still know that they're in the driver's seat. But maybe we can just have them put the foot on the brake a little.
There's a lot of cover that's helping out Chaos right now. You have your intel with Valkyrie, so that's going to be huge, but also you have Mira and Castle in play. That's definitely going to slow down Space Station, so they're going to have to be careful when it comes to running into these sites now. You know, a simple smoke grenade won't just save you now. Now you're going to have to slay out. And speaking of that, Fultz is going to get a headshot.
And Red's almost down too. Now we're going to see what is Chaos going to do when the plan's not coming right, exactly how they thought it would be.
Yeah.
But for momentum, like you were talking about, for Space Station to get an early frag, have someone close to about 25% health, that's got to feel very, very good. And especially on the attack, they know they've got 2. Well, now they've got 2 down, and a third.
Somewhere Rampy slapped him with a frag grenade and got a kill. So, I mean, that's always good for Space Station. Looking at a 5v3, you know, you have 2 rounds left to go ahead and close out this series.
It's looking all Space Station right now.
But you see, they're taking their time. Bosco, he's shooting all these cameras out, making sure that they go room by room, and Fultz picking up yet another kill, taking out Red Groove.
And you talked about that. This is a team that has tied so much that because of it, when they get ahead, they might get a little bit too ahead of themselves. Right? They might be feeling themselves a little bit too much. Now it's about being patient and finishing this team out and being one of the top teams in this tournament.
Well, it should be easier, not only from a numbers perspective, but these operators aren't strong defenders. Like,
look,
they're situational defenders. You know, Castle isn't like an Echo in a 1v2. 1v3. You don't have your smoke play involved. You just have a mute in the Castle.
Right.
You don't expect a clutch coming from that, but Fultz with a huge play, utilizing Jack, a lot of questions. He's going to have that big play potential, and he showed that. So pretty much Space Station, they're going to be on match point, 6-3.
I like the emotions that I'm seeing from Space Station. They're not too high. They weren't too low when they lost. I like seeing what thinking Nate came. I mean, he was just stone-faced.
Yeah.
Being on match point 6-3, stone-faced.
I'm going to give out some updates real quick.
So
Team Liquid, they pretty much dismantled Disrupt Gaming, 7-2 on Villa.
Hey.
Rogue are playing against Team 1. Current score is 6-4 in favor of Rogue. And Team Vitality down 4-5 against Rise Nation. That's a scoreline I didn't expect with Team Vitality and Rise.
What happened in the Dark Zero match? Did they end up coming up?
They won 8-6. But the fact that Aerowolf took it down the line against Dark Zero, I mean, that says a lot about competition coming from that region.
Yeah, a lot of people gave them no chance. And right now, Space Station would love to give Chaos no chance and finish this out.
All right, so Space Station, match point. So if the Chaos say they're going to hold him back, the prep phase is almost done. But take a look at the operators. Pretty much, they're comfortable with who they're using. I mean, they're great for just about every situation out there. Bolts on Jackal, it has been beautiful to see.
Yeah, and when they picked off Fultz early, that's when you saw Chaos win around. They know that. They know they've got to get that first blood. They've got to have some sort of advantage. And as long as Space Station can stay out of any kind of real big mistakes, if they end up getting frag and make it a trade, it seems like Space Station has had the advantage the entire time.
So coming in the garage, the key is going to be piano control. You're going to have to make sure that your roamers are protecting your first floor. You don't want Space Station to just walk in and just have that for free. You don't want them to just really give away that real estate. So Red Groove, that's going to be his job. You see the goo mines out there, make sure his flank is covered. He's going to be the one that's supposed to burn time away from Space Station and get a pick or two. If he's able to do that, that's going to be big. But taking out Bolts and Rampy would be even bigger because they have the soft destruction with their operators.
Well, and we've seen that when the plan hasn't exactly gone how Space Station thought it would be, that they just kind of reverted to, hey, let's just be aggressive, let's just, we'll just frag everybody out, we'll just slay out. That's not the team game that has gotten them to this 6-3.
Yeah. So with only one strong anchor in play for Chaos, he's going to have to stay alive and really make the most of his utility. With the Jackal tracking coming through, they know exactly where Red Groove is, and as roamers, I mean, that's only going to spell trouble. The window gets shot out, and Red Groove, he's going to look to stay alive or get a kill.
We're pushing 1 minute and 30 in this round. Is this going to be the end for Chaos? Or will they force a game 11?
This is what I want to see. Red Groove getting into a fight momentarily. If he's able to pick up a kill or two, that's going to swing the momentum in Chaos's hands big time. He's wasted a lot of time so far with 1 minute and 10 seconds left. Space Station are still looking to get rid of this roamer, and Crips, he's going to go down. That's going to be the castle.
Here we go, pushing 1 minute left.
Oh, no.
We're both sitting here just like wringing our hands, get kind of nervous.
I see what Fultz wants to do. He's just playing it slow, making sure he's calling out all the intel, sniffing out these footsteps. He's going to move towards these spiral stairs. He knows that that player was over there. Pretty much, if you get Jackal tracks, pretty much a death wish, but Red Groove is going to stay alive so far. Getting a kill on Fultz before Rampy takes him out. It's going to be a 3v4. Favorite Space Station, but now it's going to be tied up. Rampy utilizing those skeleton keys to look down in the garage, so the Thermite is going to be able to get rid of that wall. The plant is going to be inevitable, and it's going to be able to step foot into the garage. Shooting through the floor. Rampy barely misses a kill.
10 seconds left. It's going to be 2v3. Rampy. Oh, no. Thinking Nate is going to have to be able to show up. Can he find him?
It's looking like a Space Station round, and Chaos round, and Chaos, you're going to go ahead and win this. Catching up slowly but surely.
That's a deep
That's the way to go.
Hey, did you see him? They were like, whoo.
Rub that man's head.
Yeah, that was like the SpongeBob meme. They were just, whoo.
That was close, man. But huge plays coming from Ren. Like I said, utilizing smoke, he's able to buy time and just stay alive. If he didn't have smoke, they probably would have been able to push through that, that cloud and got that kill, but he was able to stay alive long enough as possible. In Chaos, they're now 2 rounds away from tying things up.
And in the back of Space Station's mind, you know what they're thinking. This could be another draw. With the advantage we had, this could be another 6-6, go to OT.
You think it's going to go that far?
No.
I think Space Station, I mean, they're looking too good right now. I mean, that last round was pretty slow, but Space Station going up the way they did, 1 round away. Chaos, they have to play perfect, mistake-free.
I'm just thinking, like, in the back of your mind, even when you're up and you just have that feeling in your stomach, just, okay, we have to play our game now. Yeah. We can't let this team back in it again.
Nothing's scarier than the team with their backs against the wall. In any game out there, when you're fighting for your life and you don't want to get knocked down, especially in the second round, you're going to have to go ahead and just play it all out. And that's when, the momentum kicks in after every kill, and you start to get that confidence. You start peeking things you didn't peek before. You want to win these gunfights more than ever. With Space Station, you're in a situation where you have to play to win, and you cannot play to not lose.
Right.
Because there's a huge difference between the two.
And that's the big thing I was saying is that you can't get into a situation where you're afraid to play your game.
Yeah, Spacestation, I mean, I don't know. Like, are they looking to tie the game again? Or
No, well, we know
I hope
not. They still want to be as aggressive as they have. They want their game plan to come together as they practiced it. But there's also, whenever you have these game plans, there's going to be times where there's risk in that plan. And sometimes you feel, you start hearing footsteps. You're like, okay, we're up 6-4. Maybe we don't have to take that chance.
Yeah, they start to play a little bit too safe. You don't want to do that. I want to see them play. Just go ahead and close this round out. I mean, they're so close. You give another one to Chaos, and you know that just might be it. That might be the spark that light that flame.
And you said it earlier, is that if you're going to be one of the best teams, if you're Space Station, you want to be the best NA team you can be, you got to finish out a team that is pretty much looking like you're inferior. You can't play to your opponent's level.
All right, so thinking aid. Well, first one. Making sure that Roamer's out of the way. Bosco playing back with IQ still. He's going to be the one that gives away valuable intel to his teammates, especially Legion in play to check out those mines. You don't have Valkyrie to worry about. You don't have Echo to worry about. So Bosco's job is going to be pretty easy.
And Bosco just took some shots.
He's looking to frag out right here. He knows exactly where that player is. That pre-fire wasn't able to connect with anything at all, but he's looking to make a big play with 1 minute and 20 seconds left.
And they're still being patient. They know they're up 6-4. Oh, here we go. Just going to shoot in there kind of randomly and see if he can catch somebody. Didn't find anybody home that time.
But I wonder what the rest of Space Station Gaming is currently doing. Inshallah, he's going to be dying. That's what he's going to be doing. He gets taken out by Secretly. 3 straight kills for Chaos. The momentum swing is happening. It's going to be a 5v2.
There it is.
Finding himself in a gunfight secretly. He's going to back up as Red Groove picks up yet another. So secretly, he does have to peek this frag grenade. He's going to go ahead and down him.
Wow!
He's going to finish it off. Chaos, slowly but surely.
Look, this is the worst nightmare coming true. This is that feeling I was saying in your stomach where you're worried that maybe, just maybe, this lead could get blown on this stage in the first round after we're supposed to have just finished them off.
I hope Space Station doesn't throw this like Tom Brady or something right now because they had such a commanding lead, man. They looked like they were just on another tier compared to this team. And then once Chaos found their footing, started winning rounds left and right. Now they're steamrolling through it now. You know, picking up multi-kills, being clutch, winning really close rounds. Now we're looking at them being 1 round away when Space Station, they've been on match point for the last, 3 to 4 rounds.
Yeah, it's that nightmare coming true for a team that was so far ahead.
Yeah.
And you have to look at each other and, I mean, I'm saying look dead in each other's eyes and say, we are not losing this. We are not losing this.
Yeah, the NA meetings are going to be out of control. I'm telling you, man.
You said it before. It's about confidence.
Yeah.
Even with it being 6-5 right now, Space Station can't lose their confidence. They've just got to turn to each other, their brothers, and say, hey, we can do this. We didn't expect to just blow somebody out of the water anyway. It's a competitive map. If we would have come into this saying we were going to win 7-5, we would have taken it. So now they have to take it.
Yeah, but the sites being on the top floor now, you don't have any post in play. So it's going to be interesting, especially with Folks utilizing Dokubi. So be able to look for roamers and try to keep an eye on the alibi. Utilizing Dokubi, you can be able to, let her cell phone go off a little bit. And is he going to try to spawn peek or something? All right, so the spawn peeks are coming out. Crips looking out. Nobody's going to be in his sights. And there you have it. You have 2 runouts. So Chaos, they're definitely feeling themselves right now. But they don't have any picks.
Yeah. They have to get this win. There's no question. Leave it all out there. Don't come out of this maybe losing a round thinking, maybe I wish we had tried this.
Yeah. But also at the same time, you don't want to be too risky and try a lot of new things that you're unsure of. You want to go with the most confident strat you have in the book. So,
but this is where they would use it. If this is something they practiced, they're going to wait to use it now. Where they legit, this is it.
Yeah.
They might have been holding off on maybe a particular strat up to this point and they say, okay, nope, we're using it now. Let's go.
All right, but with the run out happening from Alibi, Folks isn't going to be able to knock her down. So Alibi's going to get away free. The hatch was blown up and Alibi's out of here. But Rampy is going to be the first to fall. So Space Station slowly letting the series go out of their hands. They're going to be down to player.
What a turn of events.
But with the logic bomb going on, you hear the cell phones buzzing. Their position is going to be known by Space Station as Basso, he's going to utilize that sound cue to go ahead and get a kill.
But imagine if they could have taken down Vitaline there. I mean, again, it's a 4v4, but these are the little things. These are those shots that you want to be able to get and knock that, take that person down right then.
Yeah.
If you're going to win this.
But the DMR, man, I feel his pain. but look at Secretly. Secretly ran below, was able to shoot a few of Hibana's charges to stop the full breach. Pretty smart play. And he was able to get out of there alive, which was absolutely big.
Secretly with the 200 IQ plays here.
It was pretty smart.
And now we're getting to that 1 minute mark. Everything is on the line now. Space Station doesn't want to blow a lead. I believe they had a 4-map lead.
I mean, it's winnable. You have 2 gas canisters waiting for Secretly. The logic bombs going off, so that means Space Station are going to be on the move to attack. So, folks, the guy just he has no idea. Charlotte's going to move in to go ahead and plant the diffuser. He's going to have 4 seconds left to go. Alibi's going to be able to get the nice headshot, taking out Thinking They. Space Station so close, but not able to close this out. And Secretly gets a kill on Shala.
Oh, my.
Folks is trying to even the odds. We're now looking at 3v2. The diffuser goes down. Chaos.
Can Fultz do it? Fultz, he's got 3 players on Chaos that are on their last legs. This is where Fultz can really show that his addition to this team, he can clutch it and bring it home.
Vitaline! No, Vitaline goes for the run now. He's going to get taken out. Rad Group goes down as well, leaving 1 player.
Wow, there it is!
Left for Chaos and Space Station. They're going to go ahead.
What are you fucking talking about?
Win the series.
Shit, you guys are crazy.
Congratulations, the Space Station didn't let that come back. I was scared for him, bro.
I was shook. Vitaline played that round as good as possible. And that run out probably costed that team. It was a great play. It was a great play, but he just couldn't finish. He had such low health. If he was full health, it probably would have made a difference. But the fact that he was sitting on probably 10, 25 HP, he wasn't going to win that fight. But he was confident, which is, I'm going to praise him for that. But Vitaline, he wasn't able to get the clutch, and Space Station Gaming, they're able to close out the game.
Right. And good for Space Station Gaming, too. Because one of the things I like about Swiss is in the early rounds, if you can be tested by a good team, have your back against the wall, but still win, you can learn from that. You can take that into this next round when it's going to be, you're going to go against another team that also is 1-0.
Yeah.
Space Station feeling good, and Chaos can take a lot of good things from that as well, because they had their back against the wall for a long time and still never gave up.
Yeah.
They, in that last round, just inches.
Yep. So the game was phenomenal. Space Station Gaming, they didn't choke it. They didn't choke it for once. They were able to win the series, but I want to go ahead and see what our analysts have to say over in the studio.
All right.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks, Veli. Space Station Gaming